Alright, boys and girls, welcome to part 2 of Why Won't My Yukon Start? 2007 Yukon, 165 some odd thousand miles. In the last video, I replaced the negative wiring harness that come off the battery. It goes battery, block, and then down to the frame behind the bumper, and it still gives that one single click. So now I am going to just skip the power harnesses and go straight down to the starter. So I've already taken the wheel off, of course, fin liner off, of course, and then the starter is right there. So a lot of these videos that I've watched on YouTube on how to replace the starter, they're not helpful, but hopefully this one will be helpful. So I pulled the fin liner out and everything because it seems like the easiest way to do this is to pull it out, and then you have the power wire for the starter that comes off the harness up top, and then you also have the trigger wire for the starter as well. So you can easily access those right here. Boom. Then you go from the bottom, and I think it's two 13 mil bolts, then to drop to let the starter loose, and then it seems like you pull it towards the front of the truck, pull it out the transmission, and then you take the back of the starter and then pull it out back first. So let's see if that is true. I will probably snap the harness out of the frame right here to give more room, and let's get to it. So before I get started, I'm going to disconnect the negative and the positive, get those out the way, and then let's get to pulling that starter out. All right, so we got the trigger wire and we got the power wire off. I did end up taking that bracket off right there to give us a cleaner spot. The trigger wire bolt was a 9/32, and then the bolt for the starter power wire, I believe, was a 13. Yep, so 13 millimeter power wire bolt, and then 9/32 for the trigger wire. So now I'm gonna go under the truck. I believe the starter bolts, mountain bolts, is 2 of them. I believe they're 13 millimeters. So let's go under there and let's knock those loose. All right, so here goes the starter. For reference, this right here is the sway bar going towards the rear of the truck, and this is the front subframe, or whatever you want to call it, going towards the front of the truck. The 2 bolts we're going towards is that bolt and that bolt, and I believe they are 13 millimeter. 13. Yep, they are 13 millimeter. So I'm going to get those knocked off and I will be back. All right, and both bolts are out. So let's go up top and let's see if we can pull it out the side. Let's see if we can get this pulled out real fast. To get it out of the transmission. All right, just like that, and then take the starter solenoid and face it one way or the other, and I'll be damned if it really comes out the side. I'm gonna go get a hammer and I'm gonna tap this shield up a little bit, and I'll be right back. All right, did a little bit of clearancing. And survey says the starter comes out of the side. All right, y'all, $330 something later, got a reman lifetime warranty starter and 8 AC Delco or iridium spark plugs. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the spark plugs because, number one, I don't remember how long ago it's been since I did spark plugs. And number 2, this spark plug right here in the back, that's right there, that one right there, that one right there, that you can barely see and get to, that one is a pain in the ass. So while I'm here, and while I have all the space I'm going to have, I might as well go ahead and do it now, and that's going to make these 4 easy to get to. And the ones on the other side of the motor are easy to get to. You just got to hop in the engine bay, lay over there. And I'm going to get the starter in first because it is 6:36. In about 30 minutes, it's going to be dark. And then I will do the spark plugs either today or tomorrow. But I want to hear this thing start. So starter is priority. So I'm going to throw it back in there the way I got it out. And we're going to get to it.
How many times a week? You know what's so crazy? Think about back in the day before we were married. And if you ask me a question.
Starter's in, 2 13mm mountain bolts, trigger wire, power wire. It is 6:53, so that's like what, I don't know, 20 minutes or something like that. So let's get the battery hooked up and let's give it a twirl with the key and see if it actually starts. All right, everything is hooked up. If it doesn't start, I'm probably, I don't know. All right, we got power. All right, there we go. So it's starter. All right, bet, noted. All right, so now we just gonna put it back together. I'm gonna go ahead and do the spark plugs. Woo! So 300. No, so the starter, how much was the starter? I think the starter was like 230 something. No, so the starter was $216.99 after the trade-in of the old starter. So yeah, I dig it. I'm happy. It runs, it starts, it goes. So yeah, sometimes you just gotta replace the starter, and it didn't take that long to do it. It was probably an hour. Like I said, I hope this video was helpful because it is a lot of starter replacement videos for these vehicles, and they are just long and terrible and no insight. So hopefully this one will help you out to get your starter replaced in your 04 to 14 Yukon, Suburban, Tahoe, Escalade, and get you back up on the road without having to pay a shop arm and leg. So you can do it. Always remember, think, build, enjoy. Peace.